So there are lots of business gurus out there and sales gurus that will tell you a load of stuff that I think is total and utter rubbish. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I hear on a regular basis that I think is total crap and not a way to get sales results. And in this video, I'm going to show you why you should listen to me and the tips that I give in order to get the results you want for you and your small business. My name is James White. I'm a small business sales expert. I've got the grey hairs of running a business for years. I've made all the mistakes and I've achieved good success. And I'm going to share with you the things you have to do in a modern sales environment to get brilliant, consistent results. Let's have a look at the video. I was looking at an article the other day and someone said, social selling is the way forward. You don't need to do sales activity. If you post on social media, that will do the selling for you. Sorry, I think that's total and utter crap. If you sell maybe a £5 product or a very, very cheap offering, then maybe you don't need to necessarily do any selling. But if your service or what you offer is over maybe £500 to £1,000, I guarantee you're going to need to do some form of sales activity with that other person on the phone or in some conversational format. Very rarely, and you're going to have to be a massive, massive national global brand for someone to look at what you do and think, I'm going to give you money without having a sales conversation. Social media is important. It helps you get your profile up and share education and content that can add value. So what do. I do social media posts and content on a regular basis to add value to my audience. But do I think I'm going to win business without having conversations? No chance. It's not going to happen. So tip number 1, if someone tells you social selling is going to help you win business and that you're not going to have conversations and speak to people for the service that your business sells, ignore them. They're talking crap. People don't want to have conversations on the phone anymore. They don't want to speak to anyone. Being honest, yet again, total and utter rubbish. People don't want to have conversations with people on the phone who haven't understood them or don't address those conversations in the right way and think about the audience they're talking to. Yeah, you're right. People don't want to have those conversations. But does an executive or a business owner want to have a conversation with someone that really understands who they are, is targeted with their approach, that can add value and help them solve an issue or challenge in their world, and that is focused on giving rather than just getting? 1,000,000% they do. When I have conversations with people and I start talking to them about what's going on in their world as a small business owner, I know I'm talking an issue that business owner has. And whilst they may not know me, if I can share a guide or a resource or a set of materials that can help them, they are open to having a conversation. We don't want to have conversations with people that aren't going to add value, that are going to focus on themselves, or that aren't going to share something with you that makes you go, that's useful. So ignore the people that say you don't have to pick up the phone. You do. It's still an important part of sales. And the conversations you have face-to-face or over the phone are so much better than what you can get from email or social media. Get on the phone, it works. And if anyone says you don't need to, if you're selling a service as a business owner, ignore them. Well, what you've got to do is just issue this really, really catchy little phrase. And if you open with this closing statement, then you'll be able to get this customer over the line, and it's easily done, and it can be done within seconds. When I hear that stuff, I'm like, really? You're telling me that someone you've never met, who's never actually heard from you before, is going to buy from you just because you've used a catchy one-line word? Total bollocks, if you ask me. And if you hear gurus telling you that you can use 1 or 2 lines of words to capture someone into a new place or to convert them into becoming a customer of you, then I think you're absolutely smoking something strange. The reality is in sales is we have to sometimes go on a journey with the prospects we work with. And unless you're selling something that's a cheap item, invariably you're going to have to get that person through a process with you. A process that involves them, you understanding them and the problem and the challenges they face. And then you being able to outline how you can solve a solution and what you do to give them belief and trust in you. And even then, when they've actually committed to working with you, you still might then need to reconfirm that this is the way they want to go. You can't just use 1 or 2 catchy lines to convert someone that you've never worked with before or you've not had a relationship with before. And if you're selling a service of over £1,000 or more to other businesses, then I guarantee you're going to need to have that type of sales conversation with them and to go on that journey with them to convert them to becoming a customer. Sales is the process and the journey. We do the work, we get the results. Simple as that. Don't listen to anyone that tells you otherwise. You've got to become an expert at pitching to someone. So let's just talk through this. And by the way, This is maybe a really strange one for me because the course that I went on, I learned a lot from being able to perfect the pitch that I have. But one of the biggest mistakes that business owners get taught is that you have to pitch at someone in order to do business with them. The best salespeople are listeners, not talkers. And yes, of course you need to have a pitch to use at the right time. When you've asked the right questions, your prospect's gonna then wanna know, well, tell me a bit more about you and what you do and how you can help me. But don't start the sales conversation with a pitch. Pitching works when we've got to understand the person we're talking to. We've understood the challenges, what's going on, their desires, where they want to get to, what's going on in their world. When we've taken time to do that and to really get a picture if they're a good fit for us and we can help them, then we can talk about the solution and what we can do to make things better. Yes, get a pitch in place. Yes, use it when you get your 1 minute up at networking, but don't just go into a first conversation with someone, the first thing you do being, here's how great we are and what we do and how amazing we are. It doesn't work. Get to know them and you show you're concerned about the other person, you're gonna get a better chance of them. When it does come a time to share people your story and your pitch, you'll do it in the right way. But don't pitch first, it doesn't work. And if you do, you're gonna make people think you're a narcissistic, selfish, self-obsessed person. And generally, those type of people don't win business. Seek first to understand before being understood, as the great Stephen Covey said. Pitch last, listen first. Don't give too much of what you know away. Just keep a lot of those things to yourself, and if someone wants to get that from you, they'll buy from you. In the modern sales world, people are going to want education and content that understands them, that is relevant to them, that helps them become better at what they do. What they don't want to see is someone saying to them, I'll give you one thing, but if you want all 10 things, you've got to pay for my service. I use the approach on a regular basis. In order to get, you've got to give. And I make no problems in saying I share so much of my resources, because even if you don't buy from me, if you're watching this video and you never purchase anything from me, that's okay. Because I'm doing what's right for me, and my vision is to help business owners like you all around the world get better sales results. If someone tells you you've got to keep things back and not share too much information, then I personally don't agree with them. I'm going to share, I'm going to educate, I'm going to support, I'm going to help as many people as I can, because I believe givers have a better life and enjoy life more. People will buy from you. They'll buy because they like you, they're inspired by you, they love your energy and drive and your knowledge to help them, and they'll want something that's right for them themselves. It happens time and time again for me, and it can happen for you as well. So there are the 5 things that I think are total and utter rubbish that I hear business and sales gurus talk about. Maybe you think what I'm sharing is total rubbish. Tell me in the comment section below if you do. I've got no problem with that. I have a viewpoint on what I think needs to happen to get great sales results. And this has come from my years of experience and working with thousands of small businesses. Use these tips, use them in the right way. You're going to hopefully get great results as a business owner. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed. If it's given you some insights and some tips that you find are useful and you want to reach out to me, share some thoughts with me on social media, reach out to me at James White Sales or on my Small Business Sales Academy page, and we'll help you in any way we can. But be careful about listening to people that tell you that they know things, but actually won't give you the results you want and won't make you feel better as a business owner. Thanks for watching the video. Share another video with you next Saturday. If you love the video, like, subscribe to the channel. Let's get more business owners getting great results and insights that can help them scale to another level.